Okay, yeah.
20 minutes, we're gonna have a new update. 20 minute. I hope it's something good, but I hope it's a good risk. I swear to God, if it's a TSTM, I am going to barf all over it on the SPC.
Okay, that's good.
Hello.
Okay.
Hello. Yeah. Cabre. Cabre. Bro, bad spelling.
Okay, let's start it. Um, okay. Oh, yeah.
Can you put my screen up? Isaiah, can you put my screen up, please?
I don't know. I don't know.
Put my screen up. Put my screen up, please. Thank you.
I'm in here.
Okay.
What's the next?
So let's see. All right. I'm gonna go. All right. I'm currently live.
Okay, you might have to 7 to 8 inches rain.
I don't have the A triple
Another
R model, but I have the ZDR model. I have the ZDR model. I have PHI, RHO, CFP. I'm gonna get my correlation coefficient on here. Or I'm gonna get. Bruh. You know what? It doesn't matter what radar we use. Dude, look at the correlation coefficient. Look at that. That is flash flooding. Or look at that. I'm looking at the accumulation array, and look at that. That is flash flooding right there. Just going through that line, the band.
It'll actually flow fairly swiftly here across the road. That's where your vehicle can get washed off. That's where it gets really dangerous.
Yeah. So this right here, they're one of the storm chasers. I'm looking at KOCO. One of the storm chasers is near Norman, and there's that band of heavy rain just right there. Let's go back to our storm reflectivity.
I know you've been looking at some cameras. What do you see?
Well, we have our traffic computer.
That's our traffic computer. It's right there.
Cameron Seibert doing the traffic, but I want to pull up. That's not quite the right camera, but there is flooding on I-40 at Midwest Boulevard. So
see Midwest Boulevard. It's just gonna be. I don't know where it's gonna be at. It's gonna be probably past. There's Tinker and I-40.
Okay, we can turn to wait. Okay, we turn again because I want to talk about I want to specifically talk about.
Alright, that is the right now we're.
I want to talk about that again. We're seeing 9 inches of rain When you're walking, you'll see like 9 inches of rain. Crazy. If you want a bit of more light, a bit like the sun of that, it's sweet. But maybe 3 inches of rain. Rain. Maybe
Five northbound I-35 in that construction zone, having the same situation. I don't know about flooding because I don't have a camera there, but it is red on the traffic maps. There are slowdowns. I don't know how many days this week that area we've had semis northbound and southbound where it narrows there, like take out the barricades. And so, and because there's poor drainage there, that's been an issue too. So we're just starting to see again, yeah, right there. That's going to be I-35 south of I-44 northbound is really backed up. And then also there was an accident at 23rd southbound I-35.
That's southbound.
And so
Look
now
at that.
we're seeing
If you
flooding
go near
causing
I-45 near Peso
and
District,
flooding.
traffic is slow right
Again,
now.
here with the traffic map right there. So there's Tinker Air Force Base. That's Midwest Boulevard. That camera we were showing you was right there. They call it the A Street Bridge right there. And underneath that bridge, there's major flooding that's being reflected in our drive times. So folks, be careful. Careful what you're driving into.
And this isn't going to be an all-day event. I would say by after 1 o'clock central Oklahoma, things will be much better for us. Yeah, we still have the rain that will be coming down, but it's all about the intensity of the rain that we have been watching.
Nice.
And the heaviest of
Yeah.
it is going to be the leading edge as it's
Yeah, Storm Crew.
What do you think?
So that risk
Guys,
will
on
shift from
Sunday
well
we
east
could
of
see
Shawnee
some
and eventually
tornado,
right east of
possible
Prague there
tornado
with
rain.
that band there.
Oh
moving
my
to the east.
God.
Just looking ahead to any type of severe weather.
Where? Where's the tornado?
From a short term, the risk is probably going to be somewhere farther
On
down
Sunday we
to
could
the
possibly
south
see
of
some
here.
on Sunday the
Sulphur,
rain.
Sunday the
especially as
rain.
you make way down towards Bryan County here and south of
That's
Pontotoc. It's
tomorrow,
probably going to be the area.
Yeah, that's what I'm
that
saying.
we
Yeah,
We
that's
could probably see
tomorrow,
some
rain that starts
buddy.
in Wilson and Ardmore.
Sunday
We'll
or
see that even
Monday.
starts to push the
Sunday.
farther down to the south. So all in all, it's a lot of heavy rain now. Our anchors have been getting a lot of information. Georgia Shelby this morning. What's the latest? What's coming into the news?
Good morning. Yes, so we have a lot of flooding that we are seeing down in Moore. Lots of people sending us pictures. We have this one here sent to us by a viewer. This was near Maine.
This was my viewer.
It's a park. You can just see how much
That,
water
there, that's
is
the pic
out
right
there.
there. Oh,
That
that's flooding right
again,
there.
that is near
That's
Main Street
that's
between
flooding right there.
Eastern and Broadway.
And because of traffic and flooding, there's already a couple of closures.
That there's
So
there's the
one
rain
on
right there.
Southeast
If you would,
19th Street,
there's that.
Eastern Avenue, and also
That's
on
your
Southeast
park right
12th
there.
Street. Still
Bro,
on
I hope the
Southeastern
children are
Avenue,
not
but
outside.
Southeast 4th
And this
Street,
is another
and then there's
picture
also a closure
taken by a
still
storm
on
warrant
South
spotter.
19th Street between
I'm taking
Broad and Broadway Avenue.
screenshot.
So you can see those on your screen.
come
They
on.
explain it better than me reading it verbally.
New
to
storm
you.
warrant
So
spotter
take a look at your
report.
screen if you live in Moore. These are the closures that you're going to see.
Hudson Fan, WX, Oklahoma County, sent an image file.
Saltwater disposal just east of the city. Jordan, you spoke to officials out there, Blaine County emergency officials. What did they tell you?
So they say that this fire
Yeah.
started around 8:30 this
Why?
morning by a There were a couple of these water tanks that exploded.
Taken by stormwater spotter at Hudson Fanuc, Oklahoma County.
Look at that fire. That was a lightning that hit a well in Watonga.
That is what the Blaine
Watonga,
County emergency
oh my
manager told
God.
me just
Bro.
minutes ago.
Well,
That's
that
the good
is
news there. No
tragic.
injuries. We have a crash reported on the Broadway extension.
Crash reported now on Broadway.
It was
Cars
slowed
are
down
now
traffic.
getting
It looks like that
crashed.
has cleared up for
Jeez.
those drivers there in the southbound
Okay,
lane. The flooding
the
on I-40 near Tinker Air Force Base. That was both the eastbound and the west.
Okay, turn back over to me. do want to talk about.
Taken by Storm Warn Spotter at Hudson Farmix, Oklahoma County.
Flood warning.
I do want to talk about day 3. That's what I'm saying. I'm from Scotland.
Yeah.
From Maryland, Scotland, it was updated. Now who's the Moines, Iowa. Was that just like a moment, but we're the probabilistic. I have not. I have not seen fucking 6.
Yeah.
No, I'm just gonna stream up.
I don't.
Go back to the stream up.
No. Sorry. No. You're not. I didn't know. You took out my stream.
Like 45% probability for 311.
Storm Crew is cooked. Storm Crew is dead, bro.
Level matters for clear weather, including Des Moines, Ames, Waterloo, Cedar Rapids, Torpedo, Bitter Mountain, Rochester, Leclerc, and if you want to call it, Brooklyn, majority of Brooklyn Post,
Your ditches are going to be full because we see
go back to
moderate
my
heavy rain extending all the way down to the southwest. But the intensity is just not going to be what we had just run right on through here. Let me go back out to Michael. Michael, it looks like probably the most
instead of Oklahoma County, let's put Hudson Fams County.
To the east. What stands out to you right now in Storm Command, Michael?
Hudson's area.
Well, just kind of comparing this to last Saturday, I would say that last Saturday was much worse.
You could have put Hudson's County
more intense and lasted just very specifically right in the Moore area. We are hearing reports, though, of getting some flooding now here in Norman. Lahoma and Comanche is a place
Lahoma and Comanche.
Closed the road. So we're headed over there.
We're getting reports that we are now getting reports. The reports are coming in hot.
So we're heading our way. We're kind of like into the heart of Norman now, as
you're now there.
North of town like we were earlier. So
heart in the heart of Norman right now. That's the heart of Norman.
And see what kind of flooding we have at that area. I have heard that there's a stalled vehicle here. Also heard there's a fire engine that's responding to Southwest 59th and Barnes, and Kyle and I have seen flooding there more times than I can count. So that's a suspect.
So yeah, a usual area there. Michael, I know you guys are headed out there and just looking at the rain that's been coming down this system here.
What's going on with the stream?
The intensity of the rain is much
all right,
lower.
we're connected.
It's not the bright reds on the radar like we had just even about 20 minutes ago. As we pull on out here, just looking at everything that we have across the metro, all of this is really starting to slide to the east. So now going into Tecumseh, Tribby, Pottawatomie County, your rain is starting to come down, and it's going to really come down pretty quickly.
Tribby, you might want to prepare
the intensity come down a bit. It picks up just a little bit as you go out to the west, out by Piedmont, down into Bethany here. But notice how the reds, that's that real heavy rain where if that were to stay parked right on top of you for 1 hour, you could easily get 6 inches of rain. That is now picking up speed, moving to the east. And the rain rates here on the west side of the metro are going to be much lower. So watching that. Moderate rain still continues from the metro down to Moore. And we're just going to be in this for the next couple of hours. Right now, it's 11:26. We are anticipating a brand new severe weather update that will be coming out here pretty soon and looking ahead. So originally, we had the risk from I-40 and south. All of this rain that's been coming through here is basically eliminating the threat for tornadoes and hail. And what I see happening as we go into the next couple of hours is that threat really getting pushed further down to the south, where we just don't have much going on.
Oh, snap.
Pittsburgh County,
Oh,
southern
snap.
Pontotoc County, and going down towards Atoka here. So it's going to be this open sector right here that just doesn't have the heavy storms out there. Still watching a couple cells there down by Waurika and Ryan that are going to make a run towards Ardmore, Springer. The rain starting to fall over Turner Falls and Sulphur. Even some light rains begin to come down as well. And so as long as we can keep that rain coming down, even down in Sulphur, down by Turner Falls, the threat for severe weather will be coming down. So all in all, again, it's 11:30. I anticipate that by 3 and 4 o'clock, everything that you see here on the radar is going to be well into eastern Oklahoma. So this is just one of those mornings where you get these storm complexes that first came into southwestern Oklahoma around 3 a.m., 3 a.m. This is all tied to the storms that yesterday afternoon at 4 and 5 o'clock, we were showing you those storms west of Lubbock and Amarillo. It took about 18 hours. This wasn't moving very fast, but it took a long time. It formed into a big complex there, and now it's over central Oklahoma. And so all these flash flood warnings, they've been pretty substantial ones too, by the way. From what I have been able to look at and all the reports that have been coming in, they've been coming into the newsroom here. The worst spot in the state today for severe weather so far, Lawton. Lawton took on some significant storms out there this morning. Tennis ball size hail. They had over 7 inches of rain. There's been a lot of flooding down there. The flood warning still continues.
That was a lightning strike near Watauga. Fires right there.
Be improving as we go
Flash
into the next
flooding
couple of
and
hours.
more.
Once again, the threat for severe weather continues to get pushed down to the southeast. The update should be coming in here any moment now from the Storm Prediction Center.
Storm Prediction Center. We're about to get a new. Oh, there we go.
Here,
oh,
Washington,
never mind.
6 inches of rain down towards Comanche County.
We're gonna get the new XCC update here
picked up over 3 inches of rain.
20 minutes.
Over 2
Here we
inches of
go.
rain. Elk City,
please give us a good
nearly 1
risk.
inch of
Please
rain.
give us a good
Newkirk
risk.
up in
Please
Northern
give
King
us
County
a
has
good
picked up
risk.
Almost 1.5 inches of rain. That right there, that's a decent amount there. That's a decent number here. Olivia, here near downtown Oklahoma City.
Near
Storm Command down in Norman. We have Amanda here, just outside of Tinker Air Force Base. Michael going through some spots here in Norman that typically have some water issues. Michael, I see you coming up and you're driving through Norman. Not only while the roads look like they're passable, sometimes you can tell that there was flooding there because you can see some debris on the side of the road there. Coming up on any of that here in Norman?
Yeah, I just saw a car looking just further south at where they had their flashers on. And so there's cars stalling out in several locations. Lindsay, College Avenue, over on Flood, we're hearing some reports. We're headed to a specific area where they've closed it with, I think they're requesting barriers be put up closer to Lions Park. So things are ramping up in Norman in terms of the number of reports that we're starting to get. I mean, scanner traffic has really begin picking up right now because of the flooding that's occurring right now in Norman. So we're working our way. I should have a more impactful shot here very shortly. So you'll want to be watching my shot and come back to me here in a few minutes when we're on a more active scene. Right now, we're just kind of driving through some neighborhoods, trying to get to that area where it is gotten deep over the roadway.
Okay, yeah, we'll come back out to you in just a little bit here, and there will be at least some reports, obviously, coming in of some flooding that's going to continue to at least be with us for the next couple of hours. So once again, rain in let's see here, we're down by the airport right now. Rain, it's been steady.
It's raining cats and dogs. Someone made a joke saying it's raining cats and dogs. It's true.
So I'm just showing you on radar, but right there, flash flooding be reported southwest 59th and Barnes. Fire department responding to cars stuck in water in that area. I know that May Avenue and southwest 59, that floods a lot. Okay, so that's a little bit of an issue. We're getting a lot of reports now. Go back to radar. Go back to the bearing box. I'm getting a lot of reports now. Some homes flooding.
Screen.
Okay. A friend of mine who is a retired Air Force colonel and down in his house in Moore has picked up 10 inches of rain. rainfall rates that we're getting.
Never mind.
Like
the soil's getting
that
saturated
rainfall
right
right
now.
now, you're not going to get rain for an hour. You're probably going to get rain for about 15 minutes. But those rainfall rates are about 5 to 6 inches of rain per hour. So even for 15 minutes, you're going to get 1 to 2 inches of rain. So it's like a down.
Your first expression near Pan Square Mall. Bro.
So I do want to talk about that. That video you have a lot like.
I wonder where the storm one spotter's at. Sad.
Southeast. Or whatever you want to call it. Basically, the first one is that.
We're gonna push out the new update. Here we go. Please give me an enhanced risk for Oklahoma. Please give us an enhanced risk. The Saturday Oklahoma Memorial Marathon, the races have now been canceled. That's trend right there. That's trend. The weather's just bad right now. Lightning in your area. Lightning has been detected in your location.
Okay, here we go. Look back. There's a new band. So I think this happens back over the screen.
We just heard that there will be no Memorial Marathon races today. There was a 5K scheduled today, as well as the senior race and the kids race that is canceled for today. And officials are looking to include the 5K in tomorrow's lineup.
Yeah, this weather also causing delays for events across the metro. The Festival of the Arts will now have a delayed opening. They're going to open up around 1 this afternoon. That is their plan. Lots of rain coming down and more. Also, viewer, look at this part near Main between Eastern and Broadway. Some of it underwater there.
And also this photo near Bryan Avenue and more. You can just see how deep the water is there. Lots of flooding we are seeing and more. And because of that, they are doing some road closures as well.
I just got an update from Clint from Oklahoma, or from Moore Police Department. Those are actually back open, so we can take that off. They say the water is receding in the Moore area, and they say that
water is now receding in the area right now.
Of course, just be cautious as you're driving around this morning.
I just heard from Oklahoma City Police as well about that water rescue happening at Southwest 59th and Bryant. They said fire is doing a water rescue right now. 2 vehicles stuck in the water right there. 3
They're stranded.
Bro got stranded. Right, so the firefighters can access those cars. They say everybody is out of the cars. 3 people rescued, and they are doing okay.
And we want to show you this now, a fire that broke out in Watonga due to lightning. This is a photo of it. This was at a saltwater disposal just east of the city. We spoke with Blaine County Emergency Management. They say this fire started around 8:30 this morning. Multiple agencies responded just as they were getting the fire out. More water tanks actually began exploding, and those firefighters had to evacuate for a bit. That fire now under control. No injuries reported.
All right, 11:37. We are still tracking those storms as they make their way across the metro. We're going to send things back to Chief Meteorologist Damon Lane.
Some of those pictures that you were showing, my goodness. By the way, that flooding that you were showing there in Moore, I can confirm, even down by my house on the east side of Moore, water just rushing across the front of the house. And the rain continues. Hey, Jonathan, how do these rain rates look as we go down to the southwest? Just want to compare it to what just came through here. Give us an understanding as to how hard the rain is going to move in and just what the flooding potential is going to look like. So this leading band here, I mean, these are 6 to 7 inch rain rates.
All right, guys. So 7 severe storms will not be in the area. Push to top. Storm radio will not be. Storm warning spotter CV rating will not be enabled.
7 inch rain rates here. These are
in order
lighter,
to use push to talk,
longer, so it's
press,
one of those,
press the Q key to make sure your microphone is on.
Over a couple hours. Ideally, you want to
Storm
spread it
warning
out over
CV
a couple
radio
hours.
enabled.
That will allow the drainage areas and the sewers.
Storm warning spotter Isaiah to Hudson Fan WX. Can you hear me loud and clear? 10-4 over.
Inches in 1 hour. Rates like that, that's way too much, and that's really fast. That's why we've had a lot of
Howard is storm.
coming in. Just
south of a position.
Just like towards Shawnee, not much severe weather.
Can you say that again?
Large hail, but the intensity will go from nothing to something here. There is a pocket of some stronger winds that's making a run up towards Ada, Clifton, Fowler, Jacktown. So not exactly severe winds, but it is increasing here.
Okay.
Let me go back out to Storm Command.
Are you
Michael,
inside my stream?
On the campus down here in Norman. What's the situation like here, Michael?
Oh, we know. Just look at my screen. There's a car stranded.
Corner, you can see actually
flash flood warning now got expired.
In the distance, so we're
near
McFarland United Methodist Church here, and this right here, this has gotten deep enough to where cars have not been able to make through it at times. So actually, this guy's stalled out. He's trying to talk with somebody on the phone, figure out if he can get his car going, lifted up the hood to try to fix it. Then we watch another vehicle. You can actually see the tracks. We just watched this happen. A lady in like a crossover, like a smaller SUV, drove right across the lawn there of McFarland. I literally just got up and right through the grass to get around the water. So that's kind of what's going on down here in Norman. So street flooding continues here, just not too far from downtown Norman, right near the campus of the University of Oklahoma.
Okay, yeah, watching that again for those that are going to be down in the Cleveland County area. You can get that report there from Michael. Rain continues. A small break, by the way. This little break that we have here, that's really going to be pretty helpful. We were watching that earlier, and so whatever flooding is out there, the water is going to come down pretty quickly here once that comes through.
And those storms that just had special weather statements. We have 40 miles per hour.
Copy that.
I would expect there to be a little bit debris from hail report in the storm.
What?
Especially if you're near, maybe for you. Straight for me.
All right. Storm spotter Isaiah. The Hudson Fan WX is storm warning spotter Isaiah. Radio me if anything happens right now. Just radio me. Radio me if anything happens.
Okay. In just a moment, but
oh shoot! Storm Spot Isaiah. We have a lightning report near the office. Big lightning strike near the office.
Even if it does have anything to you, probably for the new well, I'll be highly.
I'm going to be switching to phone now. Push to talk will still be enabled. Storm radio will now be still enabled.
We will switch over to
risk in here for flooding as it continues to move up to the northeast. Okay, let me check in with Amanda Benton. Amanda, I know you're in Moore earlier. You're now going to be up in Oklahoma County, I believe. What are you saying here, Amanda?
Yeah, Damon.
10-4, go ahead. Go ahead, Stormwater Spotter Isaiah.
Barnes and 59th is just
I am now on mobile
right now.
Yes.
When we were on our way earlier to this address, we were passing Eastern on 240, and that on Eastern right there off of 240, that road was also completely covered, flooded as well, and we had seen a couple of stalled cars as well. But yeah, if you can see this right now, this is some very deep water right now here on Barnes and 50 right off of 59th here, Damon.
That is incredible, by the way. I mean, just look at all that water that is just coming down here. Joseph, we came to you earlier on some rain information, and what just happened here? What did you just get in?
So taking the totals from what we've seen so far, Damon, we are now up to 8.
Let me know if any.
6-2.
Just radio me if anything else happens.
Here in OKC on the month of April. That would put us now number 2 wettest April all time. So we started as the 8th wettest April of all time early this morning here for OKC. This is out again of the airport there. Now we're at number 2 on the really all-time record. Now, to get to the wettest April of all time, we got to go up to 12 inches of rainfall. So we're still a ways out on that. We got to get 3.5 more inches of rain between now and the end of the month to call this the wettest April on record for OKC out of the airport. But we're getting close, Damon. We just jumped 6 spots here in about 4 hours. So a lot of rain continues to come down. We're well over 1.5 inches of rain now at the airport here as of the day so far.
Joseph, that's incredible. Yeah, we started the day off at number 8. This is now the 2nd wettest April on record here in Oklahoma City, which, wow. And let's see, what's today's date? It is the 26th. We don't really have much in the mini storms in the forecast for tomorrow. There's obviously a chance for some severe weather there on Monday.
Hudson fan, love you, Extra Stormwater Spotter Isaiah.
More widespread rain in here, so stand by. We'll see what happens to that record.
There's a marine warning in the OUN chain.
County, definitely the spot though that's been picking up quite a bit of it.
KOUN.
A lot of rain on the way here. And let's see here, watching this band here that's running into.
Just look on the bottom of your screen.
Okay, you got it.
Look on the bottom of Supercell WX, then you will see it.
Wewoka, lifting up towards Prague, Arlington, and eventually going up in towards Tulsa.
So that 10-4 is what Stormwater Spotter sees.
North of Shawnee Mall there. Those are going to be around 40 miles per hour. Not exactly severe. There you go. That's above the surface here, about 45, 55 miles per hour. So watching that extend up to northeast. So you'll get the heavy rain and you'll get the winds that are going to come down with it. The rain intensity doesn't look horrible now where Michael is. Good to report, but you saw a man shot there just seconds ago. And all that water that was just running through the road there. So while the rain intensity may not be that high, all of this water has to drain somewhere. And so it's going to be running down the road.
Here we go. This is the big moment. The day one convective outlook. Are you ready?
windshield wipers going pretty fast. Overall,
3,
get pushed down to
2, 1. Reveal the convective outlet.
Prediction Center on the risk for severe weather. If we can go on over
Reveal
to
the convective outlet.
show that and where that risk is now going to set up. This doesn't really surprise us as the rain has really pushed that threat farther down to the south. And so there's still a slight risk for severe weather that's still hanging on.
3.
That basically runs from near Davis, Sulphur, Ada South, and makes its way south of Hughes County here. This is a spot, and by the way, every hour.
Three, 2, 1. Reveal the outlet. Ew! 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 The risk. That is an awful, terrible risk.
What happened?
The slide got decreased. You always no.
Monday after tonight. So Monday they say, according to AccuWeather, they say Monday.
Just talking, it looked like it must have been quite a bit higher before we got here because we've got these two stalled out cars. And
all right, what time?
As we can tell where we're at, it's pretty good right now, Dan.
It definitely does look like it's improving, and that's really the way that flooding happens out here, especially with events like this, where we get this the rain.
Okay, I have school, but I don't want to go to school. My school follow protocol.
Ditches and the sewers and all that, they can catch up, and so things are looking better here. Let's go back over.
They don't want the stormwater spotter getting hurt.
3 box up on the left here. So just looking at the risk for tornadoes and the threat there, it has come down a bit. Southeastern Oklahoma, thanks to the rain that's coming in. It's still steady. I mean, there's still a lot of steady rain that's coming in from Edmond to downtown OKC, Norman, all the way down towards Lawton.
National Water Service employee.
There's your heavier rain here east of Oklahoma City.
I am not employed.
This rain may be sticking around with us for a few more hours. Right now, we're just a few minutes before noon. Probably not going to hear the tornado sirens, by the way, out there today. They typically don't sound those when it's raining, just to avoid any confusion. So
yeah,
hopefully you do not hear the new NATO out there for today. But
the new NATO.
Just
the new NATO.
Way down.
The stormwater siren test. Stormwater siren test will be disabled. Has been canceled due to any confusion of the NATO.
Take me to the NATO.
Take me to the NATO. You and me chasing naders in the dark.
I'll be right back.
Be possible.
Anyone going on, we can see potential very lots of flash flooding on so many harsh one. But then the flooding that continue all the way over here to Springfield, Missouri. Well, another spot we might be talking about briefly all the way from Virginia, New York City, Wilmington, Jacksonville, Greenville, lots of areas. I did. Why do you leave the green on? Why do you leave the green on? Okay, I'll give you the copy. Okay, so we're talking about over here. If you're just not right at the middle, if you have no idea what's going on, we have a flash flood event going on in Oklahoma, and a severe thunderstorm in the future. We do have a special location for Shawnee, but the severe legislative for Shawnee. I don't know why, but I am a bit concerned for some baby small whales. It's a view, nature is spark. If you like things food, most of the food, make sure to subscribe and like. Make it easy. Make it easy. Okay, so alright, we're going to do AFK mode on this new mode that we have where we can play music and not really know how to do it. So, please stop saying it. Is it like to me?
Digga, digga, digga,